The Plymouth GTX is an iconic car, first introduced in 1967. Some people refer to it as the gentleman's muscle car because it was an upscale trimmed package packing a lot of horsepower under the hood. After all, the GTX never came with an engine less than a 440 high performance. Many people wonder what GTX actually stands for. According to Jack Smith, who led the Plymouth's mid-sized car planning program at the time, the GTX was born to compete with the GTO. They couldn't name it GTO, but liked the GT and thought the X added to GT sounded good. Jack Smith said, "What does that X mean? It's just a letter. We arrived at it in sort of a logical way, but it was a copy of GTO." So, GTX doesn't really mean anything. It's just three letters that sounded cool. But I have a theory what GTX stands for and what Jack Smith maybe didn't admit to. I think it may have influenced him and others naming the car. But first, let's list some of the educated guesses people have stated over the years. They include terms like Grand Touring Executive, Grand Touring Experimental, Grand Touring Exceptional, Gentleman's Touring Extreme, and Grand Touring Extra. My theory is GTX stands for Great Tiger Exterminator. Where did I come up with Great Tiger Exterminator? Plymouth, because they actually used it in their 1967 Plymouth data book, the first year of the GTX. You'll find the term used here in the GTX heading. Immediately underneath it, the first sentence reads, "Now there's no place for tigers to hide." That's because Belvedere's GTX is loaded with secret weapons guaranteed to outgun any tiger on or off the road. What is this tiger they are referring to? As you may know, Pontiac associated the tiger with the GTO. Pontiac was using tigers in GTO ads as early as 1965, prior to the GTX. Since the main purpose of the GTX, according to Jack Smith, was to compete with the GTO, the Great Tiger Exterminator makes the most sense to me and probably influenced people like Jack Smith in naming this iconic car. After all, the term is used in Plymouth's literature.
Sitting outside, a 2-3-story walk-up apartment.
Check out more of my Mopar videos here. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.